students, welcome to this online video lecture on fluid mechanics. So whatever concepts and numericals discussed in the previous video, hope you have understood all those concepts and numericals. Still, if you are having any doubts, you can comment them in the comment box and we'll try to clarify your doubts. So today in this video we are going to start with a new concept, and further as the session goes we'll solve some of the numericals related to that concepts. So without wasting much time, let us begin with this session. So in the previous video we have discussed a derivation as well as a numericals on laminar flow through a circular pipe. So in this video we'll going to start with another derivation, so that is laminar flow between two parallel stationary plates. So in the previous video we have derived the equation for the flow through circular pipe. Now here the flow is taking place in between the two parallel plates. Now this is a schematic diagram which helps us to derive this equation. Now these are the two plates which are at a stationary and the fluid is moving. A steady laminar fluid flow is taking place between these stationary plates. Now let us consider a fluid element of length dx, and that is delta x and delta y, at a distance of y from the lower plate. Okay, lower plate. And these plates are separated from a distance of t. Okay, t. Now on this element, so again for a clear view I have drawn this figure, this elemental fluid element, that is A, B, C, D. So on this element, so there will be pressure intensities will be acting as well as shear stress will be acting on the surfaces. The pressure intensity acting on this face will be P, and similarly the pressure intensity acting on the face DC CD will be, that is P plus dou P into dx divided by delta x. Similarly, the shear stress acting on the surfaces, that is AD and BC, are tau and tau plus tau into dou x dou y into delta y. So these are the shear stress acting or shear stresses acting on the surfaces. Now the forces acting, now we have discussed the shear forces, now shear stresses and the pressure intensities. Now the force acting on this fluid element are, it is nothing but pressure into area, that will be the force. Similarly shear stress into area will give us a shear force. Therefore the first force acting on face AB is, that is pressure force P, that is pressure intensity, into delta y. So on face AB, acting on face AB. Similarly the second force acting, that is pressure force acting on face CD, is P plus dou P by dou x into delta x bracket into delta y on face CD. Okay. Now the third force is the shear force on surface BC, that is shear force, that is tau into delta x on surface BC. Okay. Similarly the fourth force, that is shear force on face AD, tau in plus dou t divided by dou y into delta y. Okay, this is a shear force acting on surface AD. Okay, this is a shear force acting on AD. Now, so as there is no acceleration, the net force, hence the resultant force or the net force in all the direction will be equals to 0. Therefore as there is no acceleration, the net force on this will be equals to, this fluid element will be equals to 0. Therefore that is P into delta y minus, I will consider this force as a minus because it is flowing in the opposite direction to the direction of flow, that is P plus dou P divided by dou x into delta x into delta y. Then again this is for flowing in opposite direction, so it will be tau into delta minus in tau into delta x, and this is in the same direction, so it will be plus tau plus dou t dou tau divided by dou y into delta y. Okay, now if I simplify this one, if I simplify this equation, so I will get, as it will be equals to 0, so this complete it will be equals to 0. If I simplify this equation, I will get minus dou p by dou x delta y plus 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 dou tau by dou y delta y will be equals to 0. Okay, will be equals to 0. Now if I, so again here it will be delta x. Okay, delta x. Now if I shift this term, so then I will get, so if I interchange this equation, again I will get a equation in terms of dou tau by dou x will be equals to dou p by dou x. Okay, now this is not actual or shear stress distribution, so this we have get in terms of equation. Now before going to derive that shear stress equation, let us go for the velocity distribution. Now this is a equation in form of dou tau by dou x equals to dou p by dou x, because it is in terms of pressure, so it has given, so we'll move it to next step. Now the velocity distribution. Now the velocity distribution across a section is obtained by substituting the shear stress, that is Newton's law, that is shear stress is nothing but tau is equals to mu into dou u by dou y. It is in a y direction, dou u by dou y. Okay, now let us substitute this tau value in this equation. Let us consider this as equation 1 and this as a equation 2. To obtain the velocity distribution, let us substitute the shear stress value in the equation 1. So that will be dou into mu dou u by dou y divided by dou x. Okay, will be equals to dou p by dou x, dou p by dou x. Now if I integrate this equation with respect to y, now integrate above equation with respect to y. So if I integrate the above equation with respect to y, so I will get dou u by dou y will be equals to 1 by mu dou p by dou x y plus constant. Now still it is not completely in a single equation. Now it is again differentiating this equation with respect to y. Again one more time integration we need to do, because velocity will be in the form of u. So now it is a partially again partial differentiating this equation with respect to y. We'll get a again integrating above equation with respect to y. So now I will get the velocity, that is equals to mu dou p by dou x. Y is there, integration of y will be y square by 2 plus constant is there, so this becomes c1 y plus c2. Now this is equation 3. Okay, this is equation 3 now. Now c1 and c2 are the integration constant, and we know that this can be eliminated by using some boundary condition. So these values c1 and c2s are identified, can be obtained from the boundary condition by using a two boundary condition, that is 1 2, the boundary condition y equals to 0 and u equals to 0, and another equation at y equals to t and u is equals to 0. If I use these two boundary conditions, so then I will get these constant values. So let us substitute the boundary condition 1 in a equation 3. So u equals to 0, then 1 by mu dou p by dou x as y equals to 0 divided by 2 plus c1 0 plus c2. So I will get c2 equals to 0. c2 will be equals to 0. I will just erase these steps. Okay. c2 will be equals to 0. So now we have identified the constant c2. Now let us put a boundary condition 2 in equation 3 to identify the constant, integration constant c1. So what is our boundary condition 2? Y is equals to t and u equals to 0. Now u equals to 0, then 1 by mu dou p by dou x, y is a t square divided by 2, then plus c1 t as y equals to t, then plus c2 is already calculated, it is 0. Now if I simplify this one, so I will get c1 is equals to minus 2 mu dou p by dou x into t. This is a c1 integration constant c1 value. Now let us substitute this c2 as well as c1 in equation 3, that is in a velocity equation. So u will be equals to 1 by mu dou p by dou x y square by 2 plus c1 value is, I will write directly, that is minus 2 mu dou p by dou x into t into y is there, y, plus c2 value is 0. Now if I simplify this equation, now if I take 1 by 2 mu outside, so u will be equals to minus 1 by 2 mu dou p by dou x into yt minus y square. Now this is our velocity distribution or velocity equation for the laminar flow between the two parallel stationary plates. Okay, now let us obtain the maximum velocity. Now we already know that the maximum velocity will be at the center of pipe. Okay, at the center of pipe or center of flow. So now at the center means it will be nothing but t by 2. So for u max, that is maximum velocity, will be at t by 2. Let us calculate that one. 2 mu dou p by dou x. Now y will be equals to t by 2. So t by 2 into t minus t by 2 whole square, then this bracket. Now again if I simplify this, I will get a maximum velocity, that is u max will be equals to minus 1 by 8 mu dou p by dou x into t square. So this is our maximum velocity. So this is equation 4. Now this is a equation 5. Okay, now let's erase this for further calculation. Okay, now we have got maximum velocity. Now what is the average velocity? Because we need to identify the ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity. Now this average velocity is obtained by dividing the discharge through a pipe by a cross sectional area. So that is u bar is nothing but q, that is discharge, divided by area of a pipe or cross sectional area of pipe. Now dq is identified, that is discharge through this pipe is nothing but velocity into at a distance of y into area of this elemental strip. Okay, now it will be nothing but v will be velocity we have already calculated, so that is minus 1 by 2 mu dou p by dou x yt minus y square, area is into dy. Okay, now if I integrate this equation, so this is area delta y is nothing but dy. Now if I integrate this equation, so I will get, So integrating above equation with respect to 0 to t, because 0 to 2, that is a discharge taking place between the plates. So it will be 0 to t, integration between the 0 to t. So now dq will be equals to q integration 0 to t minus 2 mu dou p by dou x into yt minus y square dy. Okay, now if I integrate this equation, I will get a discharge that is minus 12 mu dou p by dou x into dq. This is equation 6. So I will get a discharge that is minus 1 by 12 mu dou p by dou x into t cubed by integrating the equation with respect to 0 to t. Now, as we know that average velocity is nothing but discharge divided by area. Now u bar will be equals to minus 12 mu dou p by dou x into t cube divided by area is nothing but t into unit area, that is unit 1. Okay, so now it will be square. Now the area, okay, the average velocity will be equals to minus 12 mu dou p by dou x into t square, dou p by dou x into t square. Now this is equation 7. So this is our average velocity taking place between this pipe. Now the ratio, I will erase this one. Okay, now as we have calculated in the previous that is flow through the flow through the pipe, so that is average ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity. So in that equation we got the ratio maximum velocity to the average velocity as 2. Now let us calculate maximum ratio of maximum velocity to average velocity in this flow. So then it will be, we know that maximum flow is 1 by 8 mu dou p by dou x into t square divided by the average velocity we have calculated 1 by 12 mu dou p by dou x, dou x into t square. Now this will be, that is u max bar u bar, that is my ratio of maximum velocity to average velocity will be equals to 3 by 2. Okay, so in the examination up to this, in some question paper they have asked up to this equation. So prove that the maximum velocity to the average velocity in a laminar flow between two parallel stationary plate will be equals to 3 by 2. So till this in the examination they have asked. Okay, now this is the ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity will be equals to 2 by 3. Now we have already calculated the velocity, then the maximum velocity, average velocity we have calculated. Now we have also calculated the ratio of maximum velocity to average velocity, but we need to calculate the loss of pressure head as well as the actual shear force acting in this one. Okay, for that we'll continue now. Okay, now differentiating, now whatever average velocity, that is u bar will be equals to minus 12 mu. Okay, minus 12 mu dou p by dou x into t square. So this integrating this average velocity with respect to x for some specified length. Okay, so I will just draw. Okay, now from this is a starting point, this will be x1, and this is section 1, and section 2 this is x2, and between the length section 1 and section 2 it is a length at a distance of L. Now integrating this average velocity with respect to x, we will get the pressure, as we are having a dou p is there. So if I rearrange this complete equation in the form of dou p will be equals to minus minus 12 mu into u bar into dx divided by t square. Now if I rearrange this average velocity, I will get in the form of dou p equals to minus 12 mu into average velocity into dx into t square. If I differentiate this equation with respect to x, that is section 1 and 2, so integration dou p 1 to 2 will be equals to, again that is the constant term I will take outside, mu average velocity, then t square I will take it outside, the remaining term is dx1 to 2. Now it will be p1 minus p2 will be equals to minus 12 mu u bar t square x1 minus x2. Okay. Now from the figure we can write this, change this x1 minus x2, that is by observing this figure I can say that x2 minus x1 will be equals to 1. Now if I take this minus inside, so then this equation become x2 minus x1. So that is p1 minus p2 will be equals to 12 mu u bar t square will be equals to x2 minus x1. As x2 minus x1 will be equals to L, I will write it here, p1 by p2 will be equals to 12 mu u bar t square into L. Okay, now this is equation, but this is not our actual pressure loss. So we know that pressure loss, that is loss of head, P2 divided by rho g will be equals to HF, that is our loss of pressure head in a flow. Now if I divide this equation by rho g, then I will get the loss of head, that is minus 1 divided by rho g will be equals to HF will be equals to 12 mu u bar into L divided by rho g t square. Now this is our loss of head. Okay, this is our equation, okay, for laminar flow between the parallel equation. This is a pressure distribution now. So we have calculated pressure distribution, velocity distribution, but one thing is left, that is a shear stress distribution. Now this shear stress distribution is obtained by using the tau is equals to, that is tau is equals to mu dou u by dou y. So let us substitute this u value, the velocity value which we have already calculated, in this equation. So that will be equals to mu dou by dou y, u value is minus 2 mu dou p by dou x t minus, that is ty minus y square, t minus y square. Okay, this is a u value we have substituted. Now by substituting this, now by simplifying this equation, I will get mu equals to mu, this if I take inside, this mu will be get cancelled. So final equation I will get it, that is shear stress distribution will be 1 by 2 dou p by dou x into t minus 2y. So this is our shear stress equation. After simplifying, after integrating and simplifying this equation, I will get tau, that is shear stress distribution, that is minus 2 dou p by dou x t minus 2y. Now this completes the derivation for laminar flow between the two parallel stationary plates, and this question is asked for 12 to 10 marks, okay, in the VTU examination. Okay, and based on these equations we need to solve the problems. Okay, let us revise all the equations whatever we have derived in this video. So first, okay, the first thing is, so the velocity equation, what is our shear stress distribution in this one? So the shear stress distribution in this for a laminar flow between two parallel plates is tau will be equals to minus 1 by mu dou p by dou x into t minus 2y. this is a shear stress distribution. Now what is a velocity distribution? Okay, the velocity distribution for the equation for this condition is, that is, u will be equals to minus 2 mu dou p by dou x, that is yt into y square. So this is a velocity distribution. Now this in a graph, in a representation, so this velocity and shear stress are represented like this. Okay, now this is a shear stress distribution and this is a velocity distribution. The shear stress distribution will be linear in the linear, whereas the velocity distribution is in a parabolic condition, in a parabolic nature. Now in this equation, it is by observing these equation, the both shear stress, okay, these value will be varying with respect to t, okay, with varying with respect to t as well as the y, whereas dou p by dou x and mu will be the constant terms. Now again we have calculated the maximum velocity, that is u max. U max will be equals to 8 mu dou p by dou x t square, okay, t square. Then after that we have calculated the discharge. Okay, what is a discharge? That is q will be equals to minus 1 by 12 mu dou p by dou x t cube. Then average velocity we have calculated, that is minus 12 mu dou p by dou x t square. Now again we have calculated the ratio of u max divided by u bar, so that will be equals to 3 by 2. So then again the last we have calculated the loss, pressure loss, that is HF value, loss of head, that is P1 minus P2 divided by rho g will be equals to 12 mu u bar L divided by rho g into t square. Now, these are the equations that we have derived from this derivation or from this condition, that is laminar flow between two parallel stationary plates. So this is a shear stress equation and this is a velocity equation and this is maximum velocity, then the discharge, then the average velocity, then ratio of maximum velocity to average velocity. So then we have calculated the loss of pressure head, and this figure represents the velocity and pressure distribution, shear stress distribution. So shear stress distribution will be linear, it is varying in a linear manner, whereas the velocity distribution is in a parabolic nature, and the maximum velocity is observed at the center of the pipe or at the center of the streamline, okay, whereas at the minimum velocity is observed at the wall side, whereas the shear stress will be observed maximum at the wall side and the minimum it is at the center of the flow. Then the ratio of u max by u bar is 3 by 2. In most of the examination they have asked up to this. Okay, if they ask calculate the loss of pressure head for a flow between the two parallel stationary plates, means till this you need to calculate this equation. If they ask only prove that the maximum velocity to average velocity is 3 by 2, so then up to this equation you need to derive. So, okay, in the next video we are going to solve the numericals on laminar flow between two parallel stationary plates.